Hey everyone, what's up? It's another episode of the Thrift Store Prepper, and it's going to be a very short, sweet, and to the point video, I guess. That being said, it might go a bit way over the course of the filming of this video, but it's been a busy couple of days for me in the thrift store. Actually, it's been a pretty busy 36 hours from the live show on Tuesday night right up until late or rather early of the hours of Thursday, but late into Wednesday night. I was in production mode and brought you 16 new videos for your enjoyment and pleasure, and watch at your leisure. A little bit of rhyming there, could have almost broken into a TSP rap. But anyway, I did do a little bit. It started off the week before the live show with a pantry overhaul, and just one little modification as it started with the pantry overhaul. I'm just going to do one tiny little modification and a little tip for you all, perhaps. Maybe we can put this in the 10-minute tip category. But as you should know, it's a bit of big to get on in it. Just something I will point out. You can see that the thrift store fireplace isn't flickering. It is working. The batteries ain't run out, but I am about to head back to work, so I'm kind of getting myself a little bit out of thrift store mode and back into disgruntled minimum wage employee mode, where I'm about to head into work, and something also that is a little bit added salt to the wound of injury. For the last 3 days, there's been below seasonal temperatures and fall-like conditions below 70 degrees or 20 degrees if you're north of the border here in Canada. Didn't see hardly any sunshine at all, and I did spend some company with my little friend from work on Monday. We went out to the beach at the Scarborough Bluffs in here in Toronto. Very beautiful place to go and reconnect with nature on the lake, beaches, some small mountain hillside climbs and things, nature trails. Beautiful place to explore. Not a grain of sunshine. Tuesday, thunder, rain, miserable grey day. That's kind of what put me in a bit of a dampener of mood. Wednesday again, pretty much more the same until just as the sun was about to set, the clouds broke. We had a beautiful clear night overhead, and I woke up today getting myself back to work, and it couldn't be a more picture perfect early fall day. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's warm, it's sunny, and that's because I'm heading back to work in a short while. But anyway, back to the point of the video. I recently picked up a whole bunch of ramen noodles, and oh my goodness, you can't actually see them there. But what I've done is I've flipped one of the vendor packs on top of the other to case 48 of them all in one. Now, what I'm going to be doing, I've actually got, and you can see it there, we haven't even got any lights or illumination. There you can kind of see the pantry in the background that has been modified and tidied up a little bit, and you can see that little space there is where these ramen were stacked. So what I'm going to do with this one is exactly the same. We're going to flip that over, and I'm going to put the camera down just out of sight over there, and you can kind of see the box and what I'm going to do. So we'll do one first using some parcel tapes, and I use this to send out some of my thrift store prizes. And we haven't played the Wheel of Thrift for a while, I do know that, and that's because I'm pretty much out of prizes. I've only got nut sacks left. We've got no little shits, we've got no binocular boys, but we do got ramen and meat sticks. So at some point I will have to top up the Wheel of Thrift prizes, and we'll get that going in the future. But what we're going to do is with this, I'm going to go around the side here once. Just like that. And then what we're going to do is go over and under. So the best way to do this would be like this. And again, snip it off. Then flip that over and do the same on the other side. And there you go, folks. We've kind of made ourselves almost a factory seal. Now, one thing we're going to do just here at the front, although it probably will stick to the packets, but that doesn't matter, is just kind of cover up the front, kind of seal anything from getting in, like any insects crawling in at the front, you know, and that could possibly happen. But by doing this, and you can see what I'm doing, just pulling the tape over the front of the box to protect a perfect seal that nothing can get into. I'm going to get our scissors out. Bit of a cumbersome video, but that's the way it is, rough and raw and real. And as you can see now, folks, we've put two boxes together to make one, and we've pretty much sealed them up almost in a factory way. And I'll tell you what, there is a little gap there. And look at me losing the end of the tape. How come that always happens when you do so much effort to try not to? Jesus. Excuse my blasphemy for you religious folks out there. I'll have to pause this while I find the... Alright, so we sealed that one up, so let's get on to the next one. And I know this is extremely boring, so trying to do this so that they don't fall out. There we go. It's kind of like making a sandcastle, or rather like a brick of ramen. In who knows, you could possibly build a house with these kind of structures. Maybe a project for the future. Can you build a house out of ramen noodles? So the same thing we're going to do here is, first of all, make a seal around the middle to join these boxes up, so ensuring it's a little bit lined up. Lost a little bit. We kind of start at this end. Just like that. Now we're going to go around the bottom, so start there. Of course, if you're a little bit OCD, you could possibly go the whole way around the box and seal it entirely with the tape, but that would be a little bit overkill. As you can see, we're just trying to join the two boxes together and keep that as secure as we possibly can. And you know, these are designed for a little bit of long-term storage. We're hoping not to delve into these anytime soon, and I already have the ones that I've previously crushed up and downsized into my recycled repackaging, either trail mix bags or large chip bags, or any other Mylar zip bag that you can buy from the grocery store that has one product. And once you finish that product, you can use that Mylar bag for your own storage. And you can even like crudely vacuum seal them with a drinking straw and heat seal them in with some tweaker drug dealer heat sealing techniques, just using a lighter and a spoon perhaps. But all top tips that I have brought you on the Thrift Store Prepper channel, and I might even just do a top tip called tweaker heat sealing, because that would probably get some views and likes and comments. So look at us filling up almost 9 minutes and 37 seconds, although that time has passed. We're just going to seal up the front. Make sure no creepy crawlers get into our ramens. And again, I've lost the end. How does that always happen? How and why? Simulated reality, folks. Simulated reality. Either that, or if you are of a religious, biblical nature and mindset, maybe I am the new Job, and I'm being made to suffer just because God and the devil have got a little bet going on. Anyway, as you can see, folks, there's one and two fully sealed packages of ramen noodles. So what I'm going to do is just pop those back into position. Into the pantry there, and you can see they fit nicely on top of my almost out of date MREs, and this empty box has got my packaging and a couple of other items and a factory sealed stack of ramen on top. So there you have it, people. Two sealed 48 containers of ramen. So they got 48 in each of these now, so we put two 24 cases together, tape them up to make a 48 case sealed unit that can be used for long-term purposes, and we use that with some parcel tape rather than heat sealing or shrink wrapping or saran wrap. We just use some tape, and that's put everything together. And if you did have saran wrap, you could wrap that up again to give it another layer of protection. But you know, they are only ramen noodles. They were only 10 cents in these two cases. Cost me less than $10, people, less than $10. And there's 96 ramen noodles there. So if you had one ramen noodle a day, that's nearly 3 months worth, just over 3 months worth of food for less than $10. Obviously, you probably might need a little bit more than just ramen to live off of for 90 days, but you'd probably live a little bit longer with the 96 packets of ramen than if you didn't have the 96 packets of ramen. So even if you can only afford $10 and you can find ramen noodles at 10 cents a piece, spend $10 on 96 ramen and keep yourself 40 change for the gumball on the exit of the local store that you got them from. So that was a little 10-minute tip, although we're closer to 15 minutes. So let's see if we can keep it wrapping up. And as I said, it has been a couple of, actually a very busy day of production of ship videos for you at the Thrift Store Prepper channel here for your enjoyment. As we mentioned at the intro of this, I'm just kind of repeating a little bit of content just to fill up the time for the 15-minute, and something you know that you will have noticed in some of these videos that it is September 2019 at the moment, and I'm doing a little series called Tuesday Septembers, actually September Tuesdays. My apologies there, I should know what my content is, but putting together a little series called September Tuesdays, which is me giving you a little bit of some of my thoughts and sharing some information that I have researched into previously on the events of 9/11 for you to make up your own minds. And as I said, I'm not necessarily putting this is the God's gospel. You have to believe what I'm saying. This is exactly what is happening, because that's not what the truth movement should be about. We should be open to suggestions and ideas, and put this ideas and suggestions on the plate in order to make a more comprehensive, logical, more realistic account of the events of that day, is what I'm trying to say. And you know, a little bit like this channel, we sometimes bring you some very simple things, is how you can tape up your ramen noodles to seal them for long-term purposes using parcel tape, as well as opening your eyes to some of the truths and atrocities that may be caused by a shadow government. And you know, we try to bring you as much content as you possibly can enjoy, or not one. You don't have to watch everything, but it's good if you watch as much as you can, because whether or not this information seems meaningless to you, it may be meaningless to some. And as I said, it doesn't have to be always about deep-rooted governmental conspiracies to overpower us. It can just be a little bit of common sense and common knowledge of simple things like how to repackage ramen noodles in a trail mix bag, how to make ramen noodles in a sandwich bag when you haven't got any heat, power or electricity or fuel for wood burnings. You know, if you haven't got this, you can crush up some ramen and throw them into your sandwich bag, or even cook them in the bag they're from, or even eat them raw without cooking. And ramen noodles are something that I pretty much built and based my channel in and around in the very early days of this creation, and in the over 250, closing in on 275 videos that I've made in the time since I've started this project. Ramen have always featured one way or another, week to week, and they're something that I do believe is a very important prepping item. They're not the most healthy of food, but in terms of emergencies, the convenience of just being able to break open the bag and eat it straight away without having any preparation time is plus points. The fact that it requires the least amount of water compared to pasta or rice or dried beans or any other kind of dried food of that nature. Ramen noodles is going to take the least amount of water to cook it up, and it doesn't even require heat to do so. You can't just soak pasta or rice in water and it softens up, but you can with ramen. And this, people, is why I just realized I've talked way over the 15 mark, and we are closing into over 16 minutes. So goodness gracious me, how I've managed to drag this out, and I thought it'd only be a 5-minute video. At the opening, it's gone on much longer than I anticipated. So let me just stop it there before I ramble on any further. So that was how I taped up a couple of boxes of my ramen noodle for potential long-term serve, God, why can't I speak? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Long-time storage purposes. There we go. Goodness gracious, tongue-tied. As I said, I'm already getting into disgruntled employee mode, and already the fact that it's a beautiful sunny day when I got to go back to work has pissed me the fuck off, literally, from the moment I got out of bed this morning, and the coffee and the THC have yet failed to numb my pain enough to be able to tolerate the day. But anyway, Thrift fam, thank you so very much for your patience, your continued viewership. We have lost another bunch of subscribers this week. Around 10 or 12 have left, and we are now below the 18 mark. So if you can cast your minds back to the beginning of spring break, when we were only 30 or so subscribers away from the 2,000, we're now over 200 away from that mark. So that's how many people we have lost over the last over the summer months, as we are heading into fall. So who knows how many more we're going to lose before the deep dark months of winter arrive. But those that you have stuck in for a penny, in for a pound, thank you, people. We are in for a ride over the winter months, because the days are going to get shorter and I'm going to be shutting a little bit more. So that's probably going to encourage me to start making a lot more videos for your enjoyment or not enjoyment, and it's up to you. As always, if you subscribe, like and share this stuff, that is voluntary, not mandatory. Don't even think it makes a blind bit of difference to my channel or viewing time whatsoever. But yeah, you know, if you could maybe recommend show one of my videos to one of your friends, that'd be nice. Be good to think you're maybe sharing a little bit of the TSP philosophy. So thanks everyone. It is a shit video production for the Thrift Store Prepper. See you next time in another one. Keep it thrifty, folks. Oh shit, I realised I'm not screen recording. That's how you stop it. Sorry about that.